Yeah.
You guys either go down too because you guys are in front of my mics.
Oh, yeah.
The mics are hot mics there.
Oh.
And I'm picking up your conversation. So maybe just down there or over here. Yeah.
No problem. You don't want to hear our commentary all through the game.
Sportsmanship is a top priority and is critical to the success of high school activities. The OSA and all participating schools ask for support letting the players play, the coaches coach, and the officials officiate as you positively support your team. It's all about respect for the game, each other, and yourself. And now the starting lineup for the Auburn Trojans, coached by Jessica Hansen. Alright, number 2, Jaden Lewis. Number 3, Avery Hansen. Number 5, Morgan Richardson. Number 11, Kalisa Howard. And number 23, Ariana Deloney. And now the starting lineup.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School at the Holiday Classic. And we are ready for the final game of the day between Auburn, Washington, and the Southridge Skyhawks. I am here with Anthony this time. We bid for today, farewell to Michael Abraham. Did a fantastic job. Going to have Anthony and I for this last game. And this is the Skyhawks team, ranked 5th in OSAA against Auburn, a very good team in Washington.
Yeah, Southridge, obviously a very storied and tradition program here in the state of Oregon. Have a couple really good kids right now and play really well as a team. I've actually got a chance to see them play already this year, and then went to one of their practices to watch against Auburn, who we don't know a lot about, but I know they're talented. They're a good young team, and I think a really good matchup here for our last game of the day.
And you said young. Well, you weren't kidding. Looking at their roster sheet, they've got a few juniors it's almost entirely sophomores on this team. I thought it might have been a typo, but I guess not.
I think they've got 3 juniors and the rest are underclassmen. And coach's kid is one of their best players, one of the best players in the state of Washington. And I think we're going to see Auburn really try to get out and run in transition. I think you'll see Southridge try to slow them down a little bit, be kind of a contrasting of styles here.
So that would be Avery Hansen. Number 3 had the ball in her hands. And a bit of a zone here from Southridge, trying to deny the shot up top.
Yeah, I think you'll see Southridge play a majority of zone tonight. They're really good in it. It's a little bit different. It starts in a 1-1-3 look, and then they go match up as the possession goes.
And they forced a tough shot right there.
Yeah, it does. And what they want to do is take away threes. I know that's counterintuitive to what most people think about zone, but they run it to take away threes.
There's an inside look and a deuce. Jaden Lewis with the bucket, game's first bucket with her left hand. And look at, they're going to full court press right out of the gate. I like it.
Yeah, I think Auburn really wants to force the tempo, make Southridge play faster.
Good ball handling from Griffin, a freshman, and that's going to be the first bucket of the game for Southridge. We're tied at 2 early on. Yeah, what do you think about the tempo of this one so far?
I think so far it's going to – I think Southridge is going to press to slow Auburn down, different kind of press, but both teams will play with full court pressure. Interior
pass denied by Southridge. The Skyhawks out and running, and there is a good look. 2-pointer missed. Just couldn't finish. Good look.
Yeah, great job by the big, running the floor hard. And then the point guard from Southridge is a really, really good player. Made a great pass there, just couldn't finish.
Floater able to drop. 4-2, 6:30 left to play. First quarter. I was watching both these teams in warm-ups and pressed me and shoot around. That's a great spin and drive. Not going to go, but a great move.
Yeah, like I said, she is you just kind of watch her warm up. You wouldn't know that she's a great player, but she's one of the better guards in the state of Oregon right now. Has a chance to play pretty high level in college and be fun to watch here tonight over the tournament.
Sarah Mangan, she is a junior for Southridge. Auburn with a chance, got in front by a score of 6-2. If they hit both these, front end no good. Jaden Lewis, sophomore, again a very sophomore heavy team, and right away we're going to have a substitution.
I think Southridge is going to play 8 or 9 kids. They rotate pretty heavily.
Long on both. Offensive board from Deloney. So Ariana Deloney getting her team another possession after a couple of missed free throws. Up at the point, here's Hansen. Avery Hansen. They're still out to the corner as a long 3 in the corner, and I think Southridge will live with that.
Absolutely. Great pass ahead.
Yeah, you know, got a shot clock, 35 seconds.
I don't think we're going to have to worry about that tonight.
No. I was about to say, the way these teams are getting it out. I don't think Southridge is taking it down under 25 so far.
Yeah, I think both of them are going to get very few times they're going to be playing against the clock. Southridge presses, but they press more. I mean, they'll turn you over now and again, but they're really trying to control tempo with it, make you take longer to get into your offense, less time to play in the half court. I think Auburn's press looks more like they really want to pressure, get the game going faster.
And Alex Litcani on the defensive end, getting her hands on that from what I've observed so far in this game. She's an active defender.
Yeah.
She's waving her arms around. I like it. Hansen for 3. Cash.
Deep 3.
Well, you were saying she's one of the better players in the state of Washington. So far, I can certainly see why. That's a pure stroke right there. Great point pressure.
Yeah, great ball pressure from Auburn. Causing Southridge a little trouble getting organized and getting the ball where they want it.
Corner 3 goes. Lictani. And we got a first time out of the game. Tied at 7. So early on, we've played less than 3 minutes, but already you get the feel these are 2 up-tempo offenses, and it just could come down to who can make an adjustment to just slow the other team down a little bit more.
Yeah, I think both of these teams really well coached. The pressure eventually will stop bothering both teams, and they'll be able to run their stuff. And then if you can get behind pressure, attack it, get into the paint, help has to come, and now you get open looks. It's just about knocking down those shots, and that's what Southridge did there. Great job getting by the pressure, getting into the paint. Help came, draw kick, kid knocks down a three.
So Auburn, and again, I think that they, you live with some of these, but I think Southridge will take the deep three in the corner, and I think they've lived with that so far.
Yeah, and that's it. And we talked about this a couple minutes ago, but it's Southridge's whole reason for playing zone, talking to their coach before the game, is to really force contested threes or take away the three-point line.
So a turnover forced by the Skyhawk full court pressure. She found the one pass that would work there, and it was a good one. Inside out, back kick to the corner, three, no good. Offensive board from White. Addison White gets another possession for Southridge. Good look inside, and they got her on the elbow, I think. So Mangan is going to shoot two. So right away, I've been impressed with, looks like Southridge has a lot of talent.
They are talented, and they're well coached, and that was a really good set right there. Normally, you see that lob to a post player that's on the ball side, and they put their point guard right in front of the block and threw a lob. It's very unique. You don't see that very often. Very well executed, and get a couple 3 points out of it.
Tawny's been active defensively, hit a three a minute ago. She's going to take a breather right now. A couple of free throws buried. Something I've seen today over the course of the day. The teams that have made the free throws have tended to win.
Yeah, they're free. You got to make them. And you're right. There was a couple games earlier today where teams struggled from the free throw line, and it cost you.
Again, that's another one they'll live with.
Absolutely. Deep three.
So early in the clock, I know as a former coach, we can't read the minds of these guys, but what would you be thinking about that shot so early?
She has the greenest light of green that you're ever going to see.
Really?
She can shoot it anytime she wants, and that's a shot she can make, and I expect her to make some of those as the game goes on.
There's number 23, Ariana Deloney, the green line. That's a good look up top, centered on three, just couldn't get the right stroke on it. Auburn comes away with it. Here's a left-handed dribble from Hansen. Boy, is she quick in transition. Makes a nice thread-through pass. Corner three, good look, buries it. And that was really good ball movement. I like the tempo there.
Yeah, great job getting the ball to the paint. And it got the ball to the paint with the pass that time, and still help came and was able to kick it out and get an open three. Right back the other way, though.
That's a freshman, Bailey Griffin. That was Kalisa Howard, just hit it a minute ago. Imagine it won't be the only time we call her name.
Nothing worse, too, as a coach. Just make a basket on one end and give up a layup on the other. That'll drive you nuts.
That's a good look in the corner.
Great ball movement.
This freshman, Bailey Griffin, is something.
Yeah, great spacing, great ball movement, knock down a shot.
3:10 to play, first quarter, 14-10, Southridge early on. Did you know girls are twice as likely as boys to drop out of sports by the age of 14? Sport Oregon's She Flies initiative is here to change that. We're here to empower girls to stay in the game, build confidence, and inspire the next generation of athletes and coaches. Together, we can create a community that values fitness and sports for life. Learn more about She Flies and how you can support sheflies.org. I'm sure as a lifelong women's basketball coach, you probably like what they're doing a lot.
Yeah, I love the investment in women's sports across the country right now. Just sort of being a parent of a young female student athlete, husband of a former student athlete in the Pac-10. It's really cool to see the support and the growth of women's game.
14-10, Southridge has come up on the front foot against Auburn, Washington. Trying to break, and that forces an errant pass. So right now, Southridge is pressured, doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it really is, and it's not aggressive hard pressure, right? It's more of a contained pressure, but Auburn struggling to get the ball into the half court and to execute.
And that's a good way to put it, because I wouldn't call it a swarming type of pressure. Again, it's a contained pressure. They're not necessarily trying to turn you over, as you mentioned, but right now it's working that way.
Absolutely, and that's the. Anytime you have any sort of pressure on you in any way, shape, or form, it just kind of wears on you, and you just got to be able to handle it.
I'm sure Auburn will grow into it a little bit more as the game goes on. They're well coached.
Might have gotten fouled on that.
Yeah, I was thinking Mangan might have gotten fouled there. Corner pump fake. Back out to Hansen. Huttenlocker gonna throw it over to Hansen. 10 on the timer. Pull up, goes. Good body control for the finish.
Really nice player. And right now, you know, that zone is keeping that ball out of the paint for keeping Auburn from getting the ball to the paint. They got to get the ball inside, collapse that zone, and then get it back out as the game goes on here. Just moving that ball up around the perimeter. Southridge doing a great job matching to it, but she just made an excellent individual offensive play to get a hoop for her team.
I apologize. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing the numbers. So I don't know who's at the line. Good looking first free throw. I think that might be 10, Cameron Hersberg.
I believe that's correct. Yep, there you go.
And if so, she's the other freshman on this team, so they got a couple of really nice freshmen.
Yeah, really talented younger players in the program.
Got to watch out for Wolf. That's what we always say there. Instead of man on, I learned that recently when I started playing pickup. That's what Wolf means. For a little while, I was thinking, why are they just yelling at animals, man? And I found out the hard way.
A great defense down inside. Southridge trying to do a little post ISO for Addison. Great job fronting that post and stepping in and getting that steal.
Tell you what, if Southridge can get it down to Addison White, they don't have heights listed, but she looks about 6'1". That's a matchup they'd like down low. One of the taller players out here. Hansen for three. Money.
Well, she seems to be, if she's open, it's going in. Southridge might want to make sure she's not open, because so far she's a bucket.
Early, so these teams are not afraid to take early shots, deep shots early in the clock.
No, I think both teams really talented offensively, confident in what they do.
Back to Hansen. Pretty tough D from Mangan. 45 seconds to play, first quarter. Here's Huttenlocker. Huttenlocker over to Hansen. They're trying to go inside. Now they go inside out. Open look in the corner, just short. And it is saved by White.
And they missed that shot, but that was the first time they got that ball to the high post. Get that ball inside that zone. Eventually, you're going to get great shots.
Speaking of great shots.
Yeah.
Mangan knew it was down in the second or left her hand.
She can stroke it, and it doesn't take her long to get it off, and really, really like her game.
Hansen, hard drive with the right hand, good dish, and there's a foul over the edge from Faye Scott. But that was great vision shown that time from Hansen. Go hard drive, look like you're going to take it to the hole, lay it off.
Yeah, and again, right, getting that ball into the paint against the zone gets all those eyes to the ball, and then other people become open.
Lewis at the line. Just your first couple, she's money there. We've seen a lot of teams, I'm going to steal how Michael said it, liberally substituting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you got 3 games in 4 days here. Not 3 games in 3 days because they're taking a break, but 3 games in 4 days. Opportunity to get some other kids involved and see, kind of build your rotation out.
Exactly.
What great preseason
I like it
tournaments.
Way.
Yeah.
5 seconds to play first quarter. Tough floater. That's pretty. That's what they needed to end the quarter.
Yeah, really good offensive play. Just individual offense, go get a hoop.
So after one quarter and what's been a very entertaining, high-scoring first quarter here at Lincoln High School, it's Southridge 21 and Auburn 17. Qdoba Mexican Eats, with locations across Oregon and parts of Washington, proudly supports the Portland Interscholastic League Girls Basketball Tournament. Fuel your next event with our fresh and flavorful catering options. Qdoba Mexican Eats. So, you know, I've done quite a few games today, and something that jumps out about this game is not just these teams seem to be pretty evenly matched, but just the tempo and how many shooters and ball handlers are on the floor, and they're creating for not just themselves, but their teammates around, and that's really impressed me about today. It's not just going ISO, somebody make your own play. They're making each other better. Yeah,
it's a great observation. Both teams have multiple skilled offensive players. Their spacing is really good for both teams on the floor. The ability then for good players to go play when there's space. When the floor is compacted and there isn't anywhere to go play, it's hard for good players to go make plays. This spacing for both teams is really, really well spaced on the floor, given opportunity to go make plays, and you're seeing really talented offensive players able to play within space and system, and that begins with coaching. That's not something that happens by accident.
Southridge, I would imagine, feeling like they should have their eyes set on a deep run, if not state title. They're ranked number 5 in OSA right now. And when you have a concoction like this of multiple talented players, you want to take as much advantage as you can, because you don't know how often you're going to get a group this well together.
Auburn still in man-to-man, played every possession so far man-to-man.
Bailey Griffin back on the ball. Watching her in warm-ups, cannot believe she's a freshman the way she's handling the ball. Very impressive. It's going to be...
That's a tough one. Yeah, they were running a little dribble handoff action, and she just, after handed it off, kept running and kind of bounced into the defender.
A little harsh there, I think.
Yeah.
Tough call to make.
Yeah. If I was the opposing team's coach, I think it was a great call. If I was on offense, I'd be all over the official.
Oh, yeah. No coach has ever thought that way before, right? 21-17, 7:41 to play. Second quarter. And some great action here so far between Southridge and Auburn. Two of the better teams in this bracket, without a doubt. It's a good drive. It's going to be taken away.
That was great defense by Auburn. That was a little set play to try to get Addison White a post up, and they did a great job defending it.
Alex Lictani liked her game so far today. Lictani, can she get it down to White? We got a timeout taken by Southridge. She did eventually get it there, made the right read.
Yeah. Looks like first real on-ball screen action that Southridge has run this game. Auburn went to trap it hard. Coach saw something there he didn't like. And if you're going to get trapped, you got to have a plan of how to play out of that trap. There's multiple ways to do it, but my guess is they'll probably short roll instead of rolling all the way to the rim and try to get it to that short roller. And then that short roller makes a play. Obviously, we don't have the highlights to go through and talk through that, but if you're watching this at home and a trap happens on an on-ball screen, the roller, if they roll all the way to the rim, gets out of the play. They want to short roll, so they give them an option to be able to the ball handler to get out of that trap. So something to watch as the game goes on here if Southridge stays in running pick and roll stuff.
Were you watching last game? I was doing it with Michael, but did you watch the Alameda?
I watched the second half of it, yeah.
So you probably saw all the traps that Southridge was able to pull off.
Yeah, and it can
double digits.
It can cause a lot of problems if you don't have a not just a plan, but a plan and someone who can handle it, right? It's the person getting trapped, but then who the next person that gets the ball, because immediately if that person gets the ball, you have numbers, 4 on 3, because 2 are guarding the ball, and then making the right decision out of that is critical.
Yeah, it's not. Think about a trap. It's not just about making the first pass.
No, it's what happens next.
21-17, just out of a timeout. Get it into White. Addison White, good shield off. Here's Griffin, freshman Bailey Griffin.
First zone possession defensively for Auburn here. Underneath, out of bounds. Oh, they're
changing things up a little bit. That's a deep 3. Oh, my goodness. She hit that one from Salem. Love the range right there. Pull up from Hansen. You know, didn't go in, but that's a great move from Hansen. I love seeing the hard drive pull up right there. Great to have in your arsenal. The freshman Griffin long on the 3. That's going up.
and going in.
Yep.
If she's open, it's a bucket. Like this kid can play. First time getting to see her play, she is a talented young kid.
Is she also just a sophomore? So I got to imagine that she'll be playing D1.
Yeah,
Yes.
I seen a few of those kids over my lifetime. She's got a chance to be a good one.
3 just short. Rebound cleared by Mangan. Mangan drops this off.
Great,
Tough left-handed finish.
great pass, great finish. It's the right pass, the right tempo on the pass, made it easy for her teammate to catch it and shoot it. Great finish. Southridge just living in that zone. There they get it to the high post. Good stuff's going to happen if they continue to get that ball to the high post.
There's a drive. Right-handed floater won't go. Hansen pushing it, trying to go over White, and she's fouled.
Great feel by Hansen, knowing she probably can't get it over the big kid going to the rim, and went and sought some body contact to get herself to the free throw line.
I was going to say, I don't think that was an accident.
No, that was a really, really good play.
She hits the first calmly. 26-21. It's been an exciting game so far. I like the pace of this one. It's got a lot of flow to it. Both teams playing up-tempo. In Southridge, I can see why they're not afraid to take some deep shots. They got shooters on their team.
Oh, yeah, they shoot it really well as a group, and coach has empowered them to shoot the basketball. And oh, there's a news flash. She missed a free throw.
Rare miss. Happens to everyone. That's good defense, denying the entry. Howard almost traveled, picked it up, kept her pivot foot. Not going to get it to go inside. And here comes Southridge. Here's Griffin, the freshman. Pretty deep 3, just short from Mangan. But Southridge keeps it alive. That could be a big story of this game. Second chance opportunities.
Well, it's a big story in every game. Who controls that glass, right? Like, the more opportunities you get.
And I think that's a good call right there, 5 seconds. Don't see it called that often, but in that case, I think that was the right one. Good spacing that time. Odd for the finish at the rim.
Good job attacking the press. Get the ball in the middle of the floor and go attack it.
That's exactly. Best way to beat a press, just attack it straight up. Griffin in the corner, takes it with her right hand. Open look for Mangan, just long.
Great job, though. You call that baseline drive, baseline drift. Kids in the right space with the baseline drive. Just didn't knock down the shot.
Play was executed the way it was supposed to be. That's a great, even though it was a foul call, it's a good block.
Really deep post position. Really hard to guard someone when they're 6 inches from the basket.
Yep. Olivia Jones giving up some size there, so that's an impressive block, even if it does result in an eventual foul. First free throw is good from Deloney. She knocks down a pair. Griffin gonna handle the point. It's a freshman, comfortable driving both directions with either hand. Also a very formidable outside shooter. That's a good step in front and a steal from Deloney, who's really come alive the last few minutes. Here's Howard taking it down the floor. Hansen, they quickly swarm to her. They're going to make them reset a little bit up top. The in floater, not going to go. Pretty good defensive possession from Southridge, and they are going to get possession here.
Yeah, and Auburn doing a much better job as the game goes here against the zone of really trying to get the ball into the paint, whether it's into the paint for their own shot or drawing and kicking that or throwing it to the high post and then getting it out. You just can't swing that ball around the perimeter against the zone.
Good switch to the right hand, kick out to Griffin. Griffin falling away, gets the bank. Drive, and I think she might have been fouled. Good call.
I think the Auburn coach agrees with you.
They're now going to get one on Auburn. Of course, Avery's mom, Jessica Hansen, coach of this Auburn Trojan squad.
And their dad's the head coach for 23 years of the boys team at Auburn. Basketball family.
Love what they have going there. Griffin hands this off to face Scott. Double dribble.
And that was all set up by the denial by number 3 on that play.
Yeah, because she realized she wasn't going to panicked and forgot she'd already dribbled.
Yeah, it was great defense denying away from the ball, creating the turnover.
It's a great right-handed scoop. Hansen won't go off it, or yeah, a foul called. Is this a loose ball foul?
Loose ball foul, yeah, called over the back.
Trojans' second team foul.
So we're down to just 2 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Pace has slowed a little bit.
It's natural, I feel like, at this point
Absolutely,
in the game.
yeah. Teams start to get a feel for each other, get to know each other, what they're trying to do. Defenses adjust.
Griffin giving up a lot of size and throws it away there. It's a great opportunity for a break. Should be an easy. And there's the old announcer's jinx. I've done it twice today. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut.
I don't believe in the announcer jinx.
I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not a superstitious guy. I know a lot of people who don't agree with me.
There's makes and misses, man. Makes and misses.
That's nothing to do with what was said before. Exactly. 1:42 left to play. In the first half, Southridge clinging to a 4-point lead. Griffin, back out, Mangan, short, long rebound to Howard. Kalisa Howard
Great
jumps
pass.
it off. Oh, hard fall. Great effort from Schoenbachler.
That was a great 2-on-1 transition play. Just unfortunate miss at the rim, but that was very well done.
Even though you haven't gotten the point, sometimes the coach, you're happy at this point in the game that you're getting those looks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just the fact that it's been there the last 2 possessions, they just haven't finished the layups. Pretty decent perimeter defense. Now they do get it down low to Hansen. Check that. That wasn't Hansen. That was number 5, Richardson. Floater won't go. So some looks that have been missed. That's a tough pass.
Great catch.
Yep.
Trojans ball.
The scoring's kind of come to a grinding halt
It really
here
has.
over the last couple minutes. Both teams doing a great job defensively, and a couple unforced turnovers by both teams. Coaches here just want to finish the half strong, get in the locker room, make the adjustments. Great play.
And you know, I think just Auburn's going to look at this half saying she's had some open looks, hasn't made them. It's just how it goes sometimes. You know, make those, you're up 5 or 6 points. Just
Make or miss.
Exactly.
It is,
how
right?
It goes sometimes.
You execute, and both teams great spacing, getting good shots, and again, very well executed, and the kid just didn't knock down a shot, but really well done. Drive, kick, help came, great look.
Hansen to Schoenbachler. Corner three, Richardson.
Think they gave her a 2 there, but
my bad, foot on the line. Okay, does bring the scoring drought to a close.
Southridge should get the last shot of the half here.
That's what they should be playing for. Almost throws it away. Griffin, 3. This freshman making her mark. Gives her team a 5-point lead at the half, so took a bit of a stalemate, but ends with some fireworks.
Yeah, that half ended the way it began. Somebody knocking down a 3.
So we've played one in what's been a very entertaining game here at the Holiday Classic. Southridge leads Auburn 32-27. Should be a great second half. We'll be back in 8 minutes. Welcome back inside of Lincoln High School at the Holiday Classic Tournament. Auburn, Washington, giving a great fight to Southridge, who leads 32-27 at the break. You know, these two teams, it seems like a few more shots hit or not hit either way. Easily could be Auburn up 5 instead. But what are you looking forward to in the second half? And most importantly, what's the message if you're Auburn's coach, down 5, but you had some good looks?
Yeah, I think both teams are pretty happy with where they are right now. They probably both like the pace. Both of them getting good shots. I think for Auburn, continuing against the zone to not just settle for deep threes, get the ball inside first, and then shoot threes at the end later in the possession. For Southridge, just continue doing what they're doing. I think both teams probably like where they are, and just make a shot or two more in the second half.
Possession starts with the Auburn Trojans.
I don't think you'll see Southridge change. I think they'll stay in that same zone. Sort of their calling card, and I think they'll stay in it and force Auburn to figure out a way to attack it. Right away, get to the ball to the high post, wide open 3. It's a great job.
Offensive board, Morgan is able to dig it out. Morgan Richardson. Hansen. Here's Richardson. Back to Hansen. Hansen fighting against the zone. Drives, and that's a good idea.
Was a great idea. Little on-ball screen against the zone, got into the paint. They got 3 paint touches on that possession. Really good look, just did knock it down, and then an unfortunate turnover. Little different press look here from Auburn. This is more of a zone look than
Griffin
the man-to-man.
doesn't know what to do right now, and they're going to call a foul. Much to the chagrin of Jessica Hansen. Yeah. The trap was a good trap.
Was good trap. Completely different press look than they showed in the first half.
Addison White tries to thread it inside. Didn't work.
Pretty congested there. They tried a little back cut, followed by another back cut, and the first back cutter hadn't cleared the paint yet and led to a turnover, and Auburn obliges with another one of their own.
No, I think Hansen is actually making a good move there. Her teammates just aren't ready to catch that on the move. But I think that she has some good vision right there. I don't think that's the wrong idea. Can they get it down? I was wondering if they were going to try to get it to Lictani there. Now she's got it. Dribble drive, left side, puts it up and finishes. What a drive.
Yeah,
Lictani.
great baseline drive, great finish.
That's a great trap. Richardson has it on the right side. Morgan Richardson gets out to Hansen. Go high-low, inside. Get a couple of free throws, but all things considered for Southridge, I think you got to be happy with the way their defense is playing right now.
Yeah, on the other side of that, Auburn's done a really good job starting this second half. Has not led to baskets yet, but you can tell, they talked about this at halftime, they are getting that ball to the high post.
Here comes Brinley Leiden, as well as Cameron Hersberg, freshman. Griffin has it in the backcourt. They're going to try that again. It's a good pass up ahead. That is not an easy finish with your momentum carrying you towards the baseline.
No, and good defense turning into offense, forcing Southridge into a bad spot, creating a turnover.
Griffin going to try to drive on the left side. She will. Corner, that's the look you want.
Baseline drive, baseline drift. They just didn't get it to fall.
That's when you want to have, you know, such a beautifully executed play, and if you hit that, all of a sudden you're back up 7. Now Auburn can feel like they can really chip in more. Inside out. That's a deep three, and that's why she took it.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. That ball touches the high post, gets to the paint. Those threes become easier and more wide open. That was a deep one, but it was open.
Right hand would have been a tough finish, and now Auburn out to break can try to take the lead here. They do. Right-handed finish from Kalisa Howard.
Yeah, and this chains of press by Auburn is really bothering Southridge.
Griffin makes sure she doesn't go over and back, knowing where she is in the court, but she's just in no man's land right now. Jump.
Yeah, it's the cardinal sin. Crossing half court, picking up your dribble. It's just begging to be trapped. The trap came, and fortunate that it was a tie-up and they get the ball back, but you got to stay out of those positions on the floor. Southridge needs a good offensive possession here.
Faye Scott has it in her hands, miscommunication. Two players went for the same ball. Mangan takes it. Mangan to Scott. Scott drives, left hand, jump stop, kicks it out. Mangan, quick release. Beautiful.
Beautiful stroke, and you said it. That ball was gone before it hit her hands. She gets rid of that thing so quickly, gets her feet set, knocked it down.
Just textbook there, shooting off the catch. 37-35. Southridge reclaims the lead for now, but you feel like Auburn really kind of found more of a rhythm that they didn't have in the first half. And that's just bully ball right there.
That was bully ball. And, you know, it happens. Auburn's coming from out of town, been in buses or vans on the way down here. It takes a little while to get your legs.
Yep. Both these coaches do not sit a whole lot during the games. I'm fine with that. I like it. You got
wearing out a path on that sideline.
You got Bergman over here pacing around his bench, and you got Coach Hansen kind of in a squat position like she's the one playing defense on the guard.
Well, she could play. I think she won a national championship as a player at Northwest Nazarene. So
that would not surprise me one bit.
That is a basketball family there.
Yep. So tied at 37. 3:40 to play third quarter. Pacific Office Automation is proud to bring you the Holiday Classic. Pacific Office Automation, we have your office game plan. And we want to give shout-outs to these great restaurants for making donations to our hospitality rooms. Want to give big thank yous to Amalfi's, Rudy's Pizza, Human Bean, Voodoo Donuts, No Hose Hawaiian, Ingalinas, and Qdoba. Thank you all very much. So, who called the timeout? I kind of missed that there.
Southridge called the timeout. I think they just want to kind of get settled here, talk about what they're doing. There's been a change. So Auburn came out after halftime, gave them a completely different look defensively, and it's given Southridge a few issues. And just get yourself reorganized and reset here. Southridge has plenty of ball handlers. The press should not bother them as bad. Plus, they play against it every day in practice. Mm-hmm. They should get settled in here and handle it.
Give it into Hansen. Hansen now. Morgan Richardson back to Hansen. Breaking the press cleanly. Hansen, no hesitation. Litcani grabs the long rebound. That is from Salem. And that's cash.
Yeah, she's got deep range, and she missed a couple of those in the first half. Expect her to keep taking them. She gets across half court, you got to get a hand up.
It's good defense, getting a hand up. Speaking of that, just hit a deep three, and now with the deuce on the other end. Hansen into Richardson, and that's just a greatest pass, but one that the coach is going to drive Coach nuts.
Yeah, you got to finish that play, but really good look.
So just like that, Southridge was down a minute ago. They're up 5 again. Under 3 to play, third quarter, dribble drive, handoff. Kick one back out, Cameron Hersberg. Hersberg drive, left hand, gets a little bit of separation, puts it up, right hand falls.
Really, really under control at the end of that drive. Played slow at the end, got her legs underneath her. Very, very nice finish.
Richardson kicks it to the corner. Southridge definitely has their swagger back, you can feel. Playing with some confidence in that zone. Good fight for the rebound.
Yeah, great rebound.
Mangan comes away with it against Hansen. Mangan, strong left-handed drive. Here's Faye Scott. Scott going to work on Richardson, puts it up. Just didn't have enough mustard up behind it, but a good idea. Step back. They're not falling right now for Auburn, and that's a big difference right now.
Yeah, and they just got to be a little bit more patient instead of maybe taking the first shot that presents itself. Make sure you get the best shot on every possession.
Backdoor.
Great play. Dribble at back cut, automatic read in that dribble drive motion system. Just didn't finish the play.
Hansen's taking it herself, and they're going to get 2 free throws. Is Lewis, Jaden Lewis.
Yeah, when your team's struggling a little bit to score, go and get an offensive rebound, get yourself fouled, get to the free throw line, score while the clock is stopped, and get yourself reorganized defensively and see if you can get another stop.
And making your free throws, the key
Yeah,
thing with that.
they're free.
They're free.
Checking in for the Trojans is number 4, Cameron Huttenlocker.
Huttenlocker's going to check back in
Skyhawks, number 4,
for
Katrina
Auburn.
Janowski,
But Connie's going to get a rest.
Really like how Coach Bergman's substituting his point guard here. It's obviously best player on the floor for them. And minute 10 to go in the third quarter. You get the break for the minute 10, and then you get the quarter break, extending that time that she's sitting out. Really great job using the clock and substitutions.
Pretty deep 3. Auburn comes away with it.
Beautiful pass in transition.
I thought she was going to have that. So did Steve. Hansen inside. Pretty good job staying up, not fouling.
Yeah, that's a tough deal when a kid bounces into your chest, not putting those arms forward and committing that foul. It's a great job of being disciplined.
Hansen, Wolf on her, gets by it and gets the roll.
Great change of pace, attack the rim.
And almost not going to be 10 seconds. They break it. Good take, very strong take. I thought maybe an and one almost there.
Super athletic play, great finish. Hansen
has to put it up. And we have played 3 quarters. Southridge, they were up 5 at halftime. They're up 5 at the end of 3. How would you, if we're talking about a round in a boxing match, so to say, how would you score that one?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty even, right? Like both teams had their runs. Basketball is a game of runs, and you got to weather it. Southridge got down a little bit. They weren't playing great. Auburn had changed what they were doing defensively. It took them a little time to adjust, and when they did a great job getting back into it. Now, just again, what happens here to start the third quarter, really important. Southridge's got nice momentum going here. Auburn needs to get that stop, or can Southridge put the gas pedal down and get a little bit of separation here?
Yeah, and I think that for Auburn, it's kind of some of the same things we talked about in the first half. There were some times, did they force a couple? Yes, but they also left some points on with good looks that they really don't want to have back. And so now it's go time. Got to hit those now. But very, very much in striking distance, down just 5.
Oh, yeah, 2-possession game. This thing could go either way. You're 2 possessions away from being back in the lead. So, like, 1 possession at a time. You don't look at the scoreboard right now. You just keep playing. But the chance for Southridge, if they can, to get some separation here, get a couple more stops, and then finish at the other end. Staying in that zone. I don't think we'll see him get out of it all night long.
Hanson. Morgan Richardson. Morgan Richardson down low against White. He's back in the game. White, very tall defender. Does enough.
Yeah, great job by both kids. Really good post position. Great job by White, keeping her hands up and holding her ground.
Griffin. White, rejected. It's a good block. Hanson, is she going to take her on? She will get to the free throw line. Drawing the contact.
Yeah, she has a very natural ability to go seek out that contact when she's getting to the rim. Not the biggest kid.
It's almost like she lives with the coach.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I guess she's been playing against bigger, faster kids her whole life, and knows how to go get that contact.
And calmly hits the first. I've got a friend who's about 5'6", and he said when you're smaller than everyone, it teaches you to be better around the rim. You got to do things that other people wouldn't, and you just learn how to draw that contact.
Yeah, having a little bit of talent in your body helps too, and she's got plenty of that.
Yes, that is for sure. McTawny back on the floor, and almost a steal, and they're going to get Hanson with a foul.
First team foul.
That's one of those fouls as a coach just drives you nuts. There's 2 seconds left, and you're going to get a 10 count. You commit a foul right at the end of that.
I didn't realize it was that deep into the clock, but I guess we can see it obviously on the shot clock. That's a tough step back, just long. Hanson corrals the long miss. Hanson charging into the teeth of the defense, will retreat. Here's this matchup again, and this time Deloney able to finish.
Yeah, I love what Auburn's done against the zone here in the second half. Done a great job getting the ball both to the high post and the low post.
McTawny could be a big shot. It is! Man, that's a big momentum shifter.
Yeah, Southridge shoots the ball really, really well as a team.
And that's kind of one where you got to, as a coach, think, how did she get that open? You're Preston, obviously. That is a fantastic step through.
That is a big-time move right there. That is a big-time move.
It's not a move you'll see a lot of high school sophomores pull off.
No, the college coaches in the gym here tonight, a few of them are eyes got wide open on that one.
Auburn trails by 4, and they want to talk about it a little bit. So there's 5:58 left to play. Down 4, obviously, so a similar spot as the start of the quarter. It seems like for Auburn, they've generated enough offense, just can't string together enough stops in a row to really take the lead. Yeah, I just made a great play offensively down here to get a really nice layup, and then give up a layup at the other end will just drive you nuts.
Yeah, crazy. And making sure that they get back and make Southridge earn everything for the rest of the game here. No free baskets, no easy ones. And see if they can, string some stops together. Southridge is really talented offensively. They obviously got a great point guard, but as the floor spaces, all the rest of those kids are capable of knocking down shots. So be interesting to see what happens down the stretch.
5:58 left, and it's a great way for us to cap off the evening of the whole day of basketball here at Lincoln High School. Love the energy both these teams are bringing. Southridge, top 10 ranking, number 5 ranked OSAA. Big tournament for both teams. Want to see them fight this one out. Southridge currently ahead 51-47.
Southridge changing their zone just a little bit here. Extending it a little further. A little more of a straight 2-3 look versus a 2-1-2.
Did they get a foul on White? I think they did.
They did.
Second team foul.
Richardson checks in for Hutton-Locker. And as you mentioned, this Auburn team is very young.
They are young. Yeah, they're young and talented.
Yes.
And they play really well together. And we got a really good guard that can control the game like they have. It also makes the players around them a lot better.
Good physical play. Going to stay with Auburn. Hansen down low, that matchup. They're going to keep going to it.
Yeah, Southridge is going to have to do something about that. They're just standing behind her down there in the zone. They just keep throwing it down there, and she keeps finishing it.
And this is where you don't want to give up. I was going to say another quick bucket. But rims out. Wolf on Hansen. That's an open three. Deloney gives her team the lead. And just like that, flip-flop.
Game of runs here so far tonight. Who's going to have the last good one?
52-51 Auburn. Three up and good from Faith Scott, the senior, making a mark.
She's made a couple really big shots tonight. Really good range, gets your feet set, knocks it in.
And that time they do figure it out. Griffin, triple! Speaking of the game of runs, you weren't kidding. Right?
Yeah, it's now Auburn's got to answer. Getting to that point in the game where you can't have a team go on a 7-8, 9-0 run. It's got to be stopped at 4 or 5. It can get away from you.
That's a deep three. Hansen right there to clean it up, but couldn't get it to go.
Little shot clock reset that shouldn't have happened there. Southridge's zone has done a really good job of taking away any underneath out of bounds scoring opportunities for Auburn tonight. See if they can execute something. Wow, that was a quick 5.
That was a quick. You know, I was thinking the same thing.
That felt like a 3.
I was about to say that felt about 3.5 seconds. But call is 5 seconds. And right now, if you're Coach Hansen, what are you saying to your squad in the huddle?
Got to get a stop. Starts with we got to get a stop right here. Don't worry about the last play. Win against this, but now let's move on to the next one. Get a stop and a rebound, and then when we come down to this end, just got to keep attacking that zone. Let's keep getting the ball inside. It gets inside and gets back out, knock down a 3. But it's got to stop with stops and rebound. They can't give up open threes at this end.
57-52. Out of a bit of a roller coaster in this quarter, Auburn led all throughout. Southridge led all throughout the third quarter. Had a lead for the first few minutes of the fourth until a quick burst from Auburn gave them a 1-point lead. Immediately answered from a deep 3 by Faye Scott, and then Griffin a few seconds later, I should say, back out to a 5-point lead. So it's been a seesaw, and got to strap in for the last 4:10. Anything can happen.
Yeah, super entertaining. See if Auburn can force a turnover or get a stop or force Southridge into a bad shot here. Great job attacking that press right there. That was as good as they've done it all night long.
Griffin finds, she was the one who got fouled on the pass from Herzberg, freshman to freshman.
Yeah, great little dribble handoff action. 2 people went to the ball. The person that handed off just rolled to the rim and ended up in an easy layup.
This is where you got to have Hansen make a play or two. And I wouldn't be surprised if she lets one go here. She will. No good.
That was a tough one. Great look in transition.
Griffin finishes. And just like that, Auburn is down 9.
It's been a great response to Auburn's run by Southridge.
Couldn't have been a better response, really.
Now Southridge has just kind of got Auburn swinging the ball around the perimeter again, allowing them to match to those shooters.
They're there every time.
Yeah.
And this is going to let go.
Big shot.
Yeah, they needed that.
Big shot.
But now you need a stop.
Got to have a stop.
We have a discrepancy.
Little shot clock malfunction here.
And Coach Bergman wanted to make sure he knew how many timeouts. Yeah, it's one you want to know. That's
Absolutely.
good veteran move doing it now and not with a minute left in the game.
That's right.
I don't think it was a foul. I think it was just not corralled.
Either way, it's Auburn's ball. Got to keep playing here.
They do recover defensively. So they do get the stop. Not necessarily how they expected to, but now you got to capitalize. Man. Don't want to see this happen late in the game.
No, but you know, you've got long day here at the gym, and people volunteering to run clock in a tournament like this.
Yep.
Can't get too mad at the folks at the scores table.
Yeah, right. We've been doing this all since 9 a.m. It's a dangerous long pass. Only 5 seconds. She has to do something here. It's Southridge with a very good defensive stand.
Very good defensive possession, forcing Auburn into a contested runner.
And Hanson's trying to say the same thing Steve's saying. He thought a bit of an extension of the arm there. And, you know, I didn't see anything egregious. I don't know.
Two good players getting after it right
exactly.
there.
Minute 50 left to play. 61-55 game. Auburn gets it in. Backcourt, Herzberg. The freshman Herzberg, left-handed drive. Tries to go right hand. She's going to get to the foul line.
Up 6, that might be a little early to go to the rim at this point in time, but great play getting there and got herself fouled. Now knocked down the free throws.
Yep. Yeah, it's tough because you want to use the rest of the clock, but you also don't want to tell your team, don't go score if you have an open lane.
Yeah, you want to be aggressive, but it's that fine line between making sure you're not passive, where you start turning it over and don't get a good shot, but you want to make sure you get a great shot on every possession. Run as much clock as you can and still get a great shot.
You want to let it go under 12, then make your run. You don't want to take it with 23 seconds
Yeah, unless
left.
you get just a wide open look and that you got to take, right?
Hanson with a 3. It's off the mark. They get it into Hanson. She gets it to Richardson. Back to Hanson. Hanson finishes.
Yeah, great job getting that ball inside that paint.
Really good ball movement. 5-point game. Hanson almost draws the steal.
Now you have to have a stop on this possession.
Griffin. Spin move, Griffin, right hand. No shot. So it's going to be on the floor.
Yeah,
so
and that's
side
the
out.
worst case scenario for Auburn right there. They whole clock and then foul at the end of it. Now Southridge gets a new full clock, so they're going to have to.
Oh, it goes back.
Yeah,
okay.
it does. So now
okay.
they're going to have to foul on this possession.
So would have almost rather have free throws there.
Yes.
That might put the lights out on this one. How about the freshman Griffin? My goodness.
She's had herself a game.
If you're Auburn, you're thinking, what do we do there? This is a tough step back. No good. Southridge will have possession.
And now it's going to be the foul in the free throw game here. Auburn's got to try to turn them over immediately, and if they don't, then they got to foul, and Southridge's got to make the free throws.
7, 42 seconds left. 8, pardon me, they're up 8. Timeout, Southridge.
Urban with a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, clock's getting pretty short here. Not a lot of possessions left. Stranger things have happened in basketball games over the history of this great game, but this is a tough road to hoe here for Auburn.
Yeah. 65-57. You know, they'll look back on the game, wanted to hit some more. It seems like Southridge has had the shots in the big moments when it feels like the momentum might shift or keep going one way. Southridge weathered the storm whenever it seemed like Auburn was making a run. Auburn wasn't able to capitalize as much as Southridge did on all of their possessions, and I think that's what it comes down to, but two really good teams.
Yeah, I think it's a great observation. I think the big difference is Southridge made a couple more threes and at big times. And while Auburn was on a run, they were able to stymie that run and not let them have a big one.
Herzberg is fouled.
Some really good young players in this game too. But Herzberg can play. Obviously the young kids from Auburn, all of them young.
First free throw up and good from Cameron Herzberg.
Great stroke from the young kid. No pressure there, just stepped up and knocked them both down.
She was not fazed by that at all. Two great free throws that really put this one kind of away.
Yeah.
White corralling the rebound, and that.
It's a really good win for Southridge.
Very good.
Yeah, Auburn is a really good basketball team and gave them all they could handle, and they answered every single time.
So Southridge will move on to the winner's bracket to take on Silverton tomorrow. Should be a good game. Southridge will be the favorite in that one. That one also will be at Lincoln High School. So Southridge, with a really nice performance, they weathered the storm anytime there was a run from Auburn, and I think they can be really happy with this one. Their freshmen showed up big, and they get a win, 67-57.
Yeah, I think, as you said, both really well-coached teams, bright futures for both of these teams in this season and beyond. Be fun to see what they do the rest of this tournament and the rest of the season.
So thank you so much for listening to Oregon Sports Beat today at the Holiday Classic. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.